If you have a case such as you want to close off your basement um, for whatever reason, just to save on your electric bill, and it doesn't have its own thermostat and it's working off the upstairs thermostat, but you don't want to heat the whole downstairs because you're not using it. This is what I want to show you the correct way to do this. Um, you can try just closing the vents. It's not going to work. You can try taping them. It's going to look tacky, and that's not going to work. Um, there's an easy way to do this. It only takes, I don't, if depending on how many vents I'd say 15 minutes per vent to fix this, and you can always unfix it when the seasons change and you start using it again. Or let's say you're renting out your basement and your renter is allergic to the freon or whatever chemicals being used in your air conditioner, and he just doesn't need the air conditioner, or she. This is how you do it, and then in the winter you can undo it real quick to give your renter heat. Um, Anyway, there's a million different scenarios. Don't use tape. It doesn't work, especially in the summertime, because there is condensation building up, and it's just gonna knock the tape off, and you're gonna go down there one day, or to the room you're blocking off, and it's gonna be on the floor, and you're going to be racking your brain over something that's really, really easy to fix, and it's coming right up. A lot of people will figure out that when you close these air vents, it doesn't really work because air is still squeaking through all the little cracks and crevices. And some people try to take tape and just put it over there, or they'll tape a piece of cardboard over it and try to seal it down. And you learn real quick that it doesn't happen, because the next day they come down and the cardboard and the tape is on the floor. And that's because the tape is being constantly pushed off the vent. There's constant air coming out, whether you're blocking off the heat or the air conditioning. There's constant air forcing that cardboard to get the hell out of you, even if it's closed up. And plus the condensation from the air conditioner, it'll get a little bit wet, and there you go, boom. Doesn't work. So I'm going to show you the proper way to do this. And first we're going to take, there's only 2 screws holding it on, one on each end, and first take that metal vent out, and we'll go from there. Alright, get yourself a 1/4 inch piece of plywood, and on my particular vent, this area right here is 3.5 inches, and that's 9.5 inches long. So just measure a line at 3.5 inches and go down the whole board, and then we'll cut 9.5 inch pieces to fit right in there, and that's basically that. There's our piece of wood, and these don't have to be absolutely perfect, and you'll see why in a minute. We're We're going to tape all the way around here. You can glue these on, but it's best to make it temporary and just tape them on, and if somebody ever wants to take them off, they can. And this little hole that opens and closes the vents, you want to tape that too, just with masking tape. And now you have the air blowing onto the piece of wood and onto the tape and closing it even tighter. Alright, instead of blowing it off, it's blowing it on and sealing it up. We'll be right back. Well, that's what we have. Nice and sealed up. You'll see when you go to put this back on, it'll really seal it up. And if you have a gap between this and the drywall, now you can go ahead and tape that off. I think it looks terrible and tacky. So the better you can seal this and make these screws tight, the better off you're going to be. But I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Excuse my mess, okay? This has not been screwed in yet. I just wanted to show you something. If you listen, you can hear the air pulling out of there. And now, there's not a speck of air coming out of there at all. So all we have to do is tighten these screws, get it in there straight, and buddy, we're good. This room is cut off from air conditioning.